Sometimes it's the small things at the right time that are said to you that really change your life. So I'm going to go on about a little bit of a story here. Most of you guys don't know me, and just to go over like my story a little bit, I'm 3.5 years sober. I'm 22 years old, and in the heat of my addiction, I was pretty much homeless. Right now, you see my life. You don't see my life, but my life is pretty much a life past my wildest dreams. I've traveled the world. I've done all the things I ever desired to do. I became a person that I always desired to be, and I live a life that's something I couldn't ever fathom back then. Back then, I was living for the day. I was living for the moment, and I was just getting high because I didn't know any other way to manage my emotions. But at the end of the day, what I want to emphasize about the fact that I'm a drug addict and alcoholic is that it was just the cards that I was dealt. It was the cards that I was dealt, bro. Like, a lot of the people in my family are drug addicts and alcoholics, are alcoholics and drug addicts. So Dad, I'm making a video here. I'm making a video. You talk so loud, it's not even normal. I'm making a video.
How loud am I talking?
I'm making a video.
How loud? Am I talking this loud?
Louder than that.
Wait, hey.
All right.
Hey.
I promise
What's
you
going
that's
on?
I promise you
this loud?
it's echoing through the air.
I'm talking this loud?
It's echoing through the air.
I know. They're saying me to be an actor. I'm out of here now.
All right.
Go ahead. Do your thing.
So as I was saying, I'm a drug addict and alcoholic because my family is a drug addict and alcoholic. My family is drug addicts and alcoholics. Most of my family, like lineage and bloodline, has been riddled with drug addicts and alcoholics, and this disease destroying our family. And a lot of people are not really living full lives because they were a slave to this drink and a slave to this drug. And it's a disease at the end of the day, like it's something that you're born with. So I was born with this disease. So it was just the cards that was dealt in my life to get me to be the person that I was destined to be. Everybody's dealt cards, and like everybody's dealt a hand, and it's about how you play the cards, And while I was in like the heap of my addiction and pretty much like at my rock bottom, I was like sleeping, like going couch to couch to couch, different friend's house to different friend's house, and I was living with this kid, and this kid was like in the streets. He was doing whatever he was doing, and we were in the streets together. We were doing whatever we were doing, and he lived at his home, and his father and mother lived there. He had a father and mother, lived in the suburbs. Pretty much, I'm like crashing on the couch, and the dad doesn't know that I'm crashing on the couch. So I'm crashing on the couch, and then the dad like finds out that I'm crashing on the couch, and then pretty much confronts me, and I'm like, bro, I have nowhere to go. And he knew like my parents and everything like that. So whatever, he gave me like this speech, this talk and this speech, and it said, what's going on? I told him what's going on. I told him I was addicted to drugs and this, that, and this, and that. And he said, I'm gonna tell you something, son. Right now you're caught in something called the abyss. And when he said this, I was like, the abyss? It's pretty much like a world where like you're living but you're not living. Like you're just living in the same exact loop. You're living in the same exact life, and you just cannot get out of the life. You're like enslaved. You're just like in shackles, in handcuffs, like to this life, and you cannot leave it. Like you're just sinking and sinking deeper and deeper and deeper, and you just cannot leave. And when he said this, I looked at him and was like, okay, I for the first time, I'm like taking somebody like really serious about what they're saying. And it's just like the way he's saying it. And he says, son, you don't even realize that you're stuck in the abyss. Life is going to fly by you, and you're not even going to realize it. Next thing you know, you're going to be 30 years old, 40 years old, in the same place, with the same people, doing the same exact thing. And when he said this, I was like, wait, what? And he said, yeah, you're gonna live the same exact life for 30 years, and nothing is gonna change. You're gonna be sitting on the same corner, smoking the same dope with the same people, going through the same scenarios in different ways, experiencing the same life in just different ways. That's all you're gonna do. He said, or you can go. You could dream, you could be, you can go and experience a life that is past your wildest dreams. You can go travel the world. You can go be whatever you want to be in life. But it's really just your choice. It's just your choice what you want to do with your life. Like, you can truly go and be whatever. You can follow God's way. Whatever you want to do, dude, the world is your oyster. Or you could live this small life and be nothing. And see nothing. And that's it. And when he said this, I was like in tears for the most part. I was like, wait, what? Like, what? Like, you know? And then I kept thinking about it. And I'm not saying that this exact thing is like the thing that changed my life, because it wasn't the thing that like changed my life. It was just something that got in my mind for when I needed to like make that shift. It was like no brainer. Like, I'm gonna keep living this life for the rest of my life. So he says, okay, continue doing what you're doing, but keep this in mind. Like, I know you're gonna continue doing what you're doing. At the time I'm like selling drugs, I have like pounds of weed. Like, there's nothing like really like I can say like that is so bad that I need to stop doing drugs. I'm like, also in my mind, this is in my mind at the time. Like, now I look back at it, I'm like, dude, I was wild. And like at the time I was like committing like robberies to get these drugs and doing all types of crazy crimes. So then I'm like, well, things aren't that bad right now. I'm gonna just sell this weed and I'm gonna try to get out the game. Like, I had like a pound of weed, something like that, and I was like, I'm gonna get out the game. Like, I'm gonna stop selling drugs because I cannot do this. Like, I'm gonna try to go straight. And I go sell drugs at like this college campus that I like, whatever, sell out. And then I somehow get robbed. I kept getting like robbed, stolen from, and like I'd lose everything. And then I came to a point where it was like the crossroads again. Like, you always come to these crossroads where it's like you can keep going, you could restart and like restart the cycle all over again, or you could just make a turn and live a whole different life. And it was just another one of those crossroads. And I've seen this 6-7 times already through the time that I was like homeless. It was like 3-4 months. And I saw the crossroad and I said, and I'm on like a bus. I'm on a bus and it's going down the highway. And I began to say, you know, right now I'm like on the highway to hell. Right? And it's I have a choice if I want to continue going down this path. And then I started thinking, like, what is down this path? Like what do people get out of selling drugs? What do people get out of scamming? What do people get out of living this type of life where they're just doing terrible shit every day to selfishly live the life that they want to live? And I said, oh, fuck. I was like, and I had before, like, all this stuff is catching up to my mind from like the past. So before this, I had went to like an AA meeting, like the first time I tried to get sober, like with my dad, right? And I go to this meeting and they said like this one statement. I didn't hear anything throughout the whole meeting. I think I was like high in the meeting. And the people said like, this life has only brought me jails, institutions, and death, and like homelessness, and like this is all this life has brought me. This is all like I got out of this life. This all that I'm gonna get out of this life is like jails, institutions, and death if I continue to drink and do drugs and continue living this life. Or I could possibly live another life, right? And like this theme of like there's another life out there for you is like continues to pop up. So I'm like thinking, I'm sitting on this bus, I'm like thinking, I just got robbed for everything that I had, and I'm like knowing in my mind like what I have to go do to get something to get me back on my feet. I'm knowing I'm gonna have to like pretty much commit a crime, rob a motherfucker, like anything. Like I was doing anything. Like at this point, like I'm homeless, dude. Like I don't have nowhere to go. Like I do have somewhere to go. I can come back home. I can call my parents. I can be like, Dad, Mom, I just need to get sober. Like I have that call. I have that one probably last call. I can definitely try to convince them, right? So I'm on this bus, and pretty much I'm going down the highway, and I start to think. I start to say, if I continue to live this life, what am I gonna get? And like flashes of like going to jail, getting robbed. And I even like played out like, what if I became like a successful drug dealer? Like what that would look like, or a successful scammer, like what that would look like. And I was like, I'll be tortured by this my whole life. Like no matter how good this could go, it won't go good. Like there's nothing, like karma will catch up. And I was seeing like in real life karma catch up to me. Like it was like, I rob this person, I get robbed. I rob this person, I get robbed. I sell drugs, everything gets stolen. It just kept going back to like 0, 0, 0, 0. And like this is like a theme like for so many drug dealers. Like you take 10 steps forward and then 5, 10 steps back, 15 steps back, and then like boom, you're just fucked. You know, like that's like the theme I'm seeing across like everybody I'm around. Like their lives are torture because they're doing something that is terrible like every day of their life. Like they're just, the karma just does not work. You know, even people I knew that were like selling like pounds of weed, and I thought they were so successful. This, that, and this. I'm like, this guy's living the dream. This, and in reality, he's like going through baby mama drama. He's like just about to have another kid, and then this girl's robbing him, and this guy's trying to steal from him, and he pointing a gun at this guy. Like it's like, no, like his life is not peace. He can't sleep at night because junkies are knocking on his door. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no peace in his life. Even though he thinks he's getting somewhere and thinks he's getting peace, he's like, I'm selling drugs, I think I'm getting peace, I'm financially going up, and he's counting stacks of money every day. But it's like you're counting stacks of money every day, and then at the same time you're losing that money back, always losing it back to the street, always losing it back to life. Like this is the life that you're choosing. He had got shot. All the people I was around, most of the people I was around, gotten shot 6 times, gotten shot in the shoulder, gotten near death experiences, and it's like they're still doing the same thing. So it's like I'm thinking in my mind all the close calls I had, right? I had so many close calls, like so many close calls, where it was like I robbed somebody and could have went a bad way. I did this and it could have went a bad way. I did this and I could have got caught, and it's like I could be in jail like 20 years for a lot of the things that I did, but I did not go because God was on my side. I don't know why. And I start thinking back on it, I'm just like, I can't, like there's another life out here for me. And that's all I kept like saying in my mind, like whatever. And I call my parents and I like say like, I need to like get sober. Like I'm done. Like this is not for me. And it was never a life that was for me. It was never aligned. Like I say in like my past videos, like when I was teaching tennis and I was making 6 figures and I was doing this and I was doing that, like it was never aligned. It was never something that I was supposed to. It was like the same way when I was like going through all this stuff. It wasn't aligned with me. Like it didn't feel right. It never felt right. And I had this feeling. I called my parents. I beg them. Like at this point, I've stolen from them. I've done so many bad things that they can't even. They're having trouble even taking me back. So they give me one more shot. My mother gives me one more shot. My dad was not going to give me a shot. My mom gives me one more shot, and I like fly to Florida. I get sober, and it's like I withdraw for like a week or whatever. Okay, I get like 90 days, and before this, I've gotten 90 days before, and then I go back and start using again, because I just didn't want to seek help. I didn't want to like admit the fact that I'm alcoholic and I'm addict. I admit to who I truly am. So I get sober. Like I get 90 days sober. I'm not really sober. I'm just like not using drugs right now. Like, you know, and I'm like semi-serious, semi-not serious. Like I'm like ready to go back, ready not to go back. But I really can't imagine going back. I can't imagine like robbing. I'm like, well, my phone died, but like I can't imagine going back to this life. I can't imagine like stealing and the whole nine. I can't imagine going back to it. So I'm like in between. I go to this AA meeting in my town in New Jersey, and it's like the first meeting I go to. like first meeting I'm going to, and I'm like sober, and I want to stay sober. So I go, and and I go into the meeting. I hear everything they say. The whole meeting is like, it's like one young girl, and like the rest of the people are like 60 and 50 and 70 years old, 80 years old as well, in this meeting, and they're like all white. The one girl is like black, but she's not saying much. She's just there, and she's sober. And I was like, wow, there's like one other person in here that's like young and sober. That's crazy. Whatever, but they're all old, and they all go up and they tell their stories. I'm like silent the whole time. I listen to their stories and I listen to what they're saying, and they keep saying like this thing of like life past their wildest dreams, this, that, and this, and like all these things about how their life is so great. Like they cannot fathom how great their life is in sobriety. And I'm like, what the fuck? like how? Like I just like could not fathom. I could not believe it, because I couldn't believe a life that was past drugs and alcohol and just doing drugs and partying and all this shit. Like I couldn't think like there was a life that was better than that. And these people are telling me about how their life is so great without drinking and doing drugs. And so I'm like, what the fuck? So I go into the meeting like 3-4 times. It's like every Monday and like Wednesday or something. And I think like this is the only AA meeting like around, but there's like hundreds. Like there's so many around. So I go into the meeting, and every time, like 5 minutes before the meeting would end, like for 5 minutes before the meeting ended, or right when the meeting ended, I just like rush out the door, because I didn't want to talk to these people. I didn't want to associate with these people. I'm like, dude, I can't. No, I cannot. And there's this one day they catch me. Like I think I maybe came in the meeting early, or I left no, I was leaving the meeting like early, and then like one old guy like comes and like runs after me and like stops me, and they like stop the whole meeting, right? They stop the whole meeting, and like this guy just runs after me, and he says like, and he's pretty much just like running after me, and he's like crippled, like he's on like disability, like he has like a wheelchair and all some more shit. So I'm like, damn, you know. And pretty much he says, why are you coming here? Like that's how he says it. He said like, why are you coming here? And I'm like, I don't really have anywhere else to go. Like I just don't. I guess I want to be sober. And he's like, oh really? You want to be sober? Like how old are you, by the way? Like how old are you? I'm like, I'm 19, bro. Like at the time I'm 19. Like, you know, 19. And I say it with like attitude. He's like, and like him and everybody behind him, like at this point, like they're kind of crowded around me. Everybody behind him, like their eyes light up like I've never seen eyes light up. And they're like, oh my God, you have a shot. And I'm like, shot at what? Like, you good? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you good? He was like, you have a shot to live a life past your wildest dreams. Like, you have a shot to go travel the world. You have a shot to go live whatever life that you want to ever live. And then they say, you know, I lived the same life for 50 years. Like, they're 60 years old, 50 years old. They're like, I lived the same exact life. I drank for 40 years, 30 years of my life. And I wasted my life from drinking and doing drugs. And I'm like, well, like, okay. And then they're like, but I'm 5 years sober now. Like, one person said, like, I'm 5 years sober now, and these past 5 years have been the best years of my life. And, like, I've heard them all share, like, about how this is, like, the life has their wildest dreams, but I'm, like, thinking they're, like, 20 years sober or something like that, like, you know? And they're like, no. Yeah, like, this is the life past my wildest dreams. And I'm like, yeah. Like, you can do it, like, and they were pretty much saying to me, like, you could do whatever you want to do with your life. Like, you have a shot to go do that. You don't have this thing holding you back anymore. Like, if you just stay sober, like, the sky's the limit. You could be anything you ever desire in life. And I'm like, interesting. Like, whoa. And like always, like when I was drinking, doing drugs, all this like time, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get rich. Like, I want to get rich. Like, this is the only thing I was like thinking in my mind. So like now, like my motivations are fucked. Like I'm gonna like stay sober so I can get rich. And yeah, that's it, dude. And I say that whole story. Oh wow, that was almost bad. I say that whole story just to kind of say, you know, past the drinking and doing drugs and the whole sobriety story, that you have a choice of your life. You know, you can choose to live the same life in comfort and smooth and easy life where you don't take a risk, where you don't step out in faith and try something new and become somebody else. Because it's not even becoming somebody else. I say that it's just stepping into who you're destined to be by knowing what the life that you're living isn't the life that you need to be living. Like, you feel this, you feel it. Like, I know I'm not the only person that feels it. It's like when you're living this life, you know and you feel this is wrong. Like, this is not the life I'm supposed to live. And when you feel that, going with it and being like, I can live another life. Like, there is another life out there for me. Like, there's endless possibilities for my life. There's endless possibilities for that person I can be. There's endless possibilities for everything in life. Like, I can truly be whatever I desire to be. And no matter the circumstance, no matter what the people have told you, no matter the cards that you're dealt, you can get to that person, you can get to that life, no matter what you think in your mind. You know, as I said in the beginning, I was dealt these cards, and they might have been insanely fucked up. Like, I might have had an ace, a jack, and this, and all those cards could equal out to be one. Any face card, like in a lot of games, equals out to be like one, or like a super zero, low. I could have all face cards, bang, 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 but I might have one little good card, two little good cards. I might have 7, 8 cards, but 3, 4 of them are only good. You know what I'm saying? So with this hand, I can play it however I want to play it. I can do whatever I want to do with this hand that I'm dealt. It's my choice what I do with my life. It's my choice what I want to believe I can do with my life. It's my choice if I play these cards right, for me to win the hand, for me to win the pot. You know, I might lose a couple pots. I might have this hand and lose and lose and lose and lose. I can keep on playing my cards in different ways. The game don't end till it ends. The game don't stop till it stops. So it's like, don't give up. You know, you have 100,000 chances at playing these cards. You know, you might not be good at everything. You might not. You know what I'm saying? But the same things that are holding you back, like the same 4 cards that might be fucked up in your hand, are the same exact 4 cards that will make you the person you're destined to be. Like, those are the same exact cards that are flipped on the other side that could win you the game. You know what I'm saying? So never think, oh man, I'm fucked up, this, that, and this. I got this wrong with me. I got this wrong with me. I got this playing against me. I got this playing. It's not playing against you. It's how you playing it, right? Because if I play it and I'm playing the cards and I'm playing them completely wrong, it's not gonna go my way. If I'm thinking about this hand and continue to say, yo, this hand is fucked up. Like, what dealer? What you deal me? And the dealer is God. God, what you deal me? If I continue to say, what you dealing me? What you dealing me? What you dealing me? I ain't gonna ever play the game. I ain't never gonna be in the game. It's impossible. It's impossible for me to play now. Right? Because I'm worried about all the circumstances that ain't the game. This is the game. The cards I've been dealt, it's the game. I gotta go play. It don't matter. It don't matter what I was dealt. I gotta go play. You know, and the thing about me from this addiction to now is that I've realized I wasn't a victim. I wasn't a victim to my circumstance. This circumstance is to make me, not break me. I was letting it break me. I was letting it I was letting my story get told. Like, I was letting my story be wrote. I was letting my story just, the devil have its way. You know what I'm saying? I didn't believe that this is all aligned to make me who I was destined. I didn't believe it. I said, if there's all real almighty powerful God, man, you would make this shit perfect. man, why ain't you fucking with everybody? You ain't fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? You fucking with Drake, you fucking with Future. Man, these niggas, they smoking too. Why can't I smoke? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying though. You know, and these are the people I looked up to be. These are the people I looked up to desired, you know? But I wasn't looking at the right people, bro. That's not who I needed to be. That's not who I needed. I could be, I don't even want to ever compare myself to somebody, but I could be, God's plan could be better than his for my life. His plan could be better for me than him. You know what I'm saying? He could have been placed in this life to make a better me. You never think about that? Like, it's like, bro, it's about how you thinking about this shit, bro. Like, you gonna let this game play you or you gonna play the game, bro? It's your choice. It's really your choice, bro. You have a choice, bro. No matter what you think, whatever, no matter what you're going through, bro, you got a choice today, bro. You got a choice on the life you live. You got a choice on the path that you take, bro. So live it, bro. Don't get stuck in the same 30. Don't get stuck in the same 50. Don't get stuck living the same life. And then you look back and you say, man, I shoulda, woulda, coulda. I shoulda, woulda, coulda. I wish I did. I wish I went to go do this. I wish I went to go do that. I wish. I ain't wishing. I ain't wishing, bro. I'll tell you that. I'm being. Like, whatever I know, I know, bro. And when you get to the other side, you're going to have a different walk to you, different talk to you. Because you know, like, man, it's impossible for me not to win. No matter how left life goes, I know I'm going to go be good. Because I done went through hell already. I done seen it. I done seen the darkest shit. Most people don't live through this. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't survive. So if I done survived, there gotta be a plan here. There gotta be something masterful going on. Because I lived.